What is up, MMA community, MMA family, brick community? Now, it's been too long since I've last made a video. And I want to touch on a little bit of what happened with last week's card with, like, for one, guys, I gotta be honest, like I always mention it. I don't really have a lot of time. But the card, man, yeah, you could start calling me a casual for it or not. I really wasn't gonna waste my time on that card. I just felt like I wasn't gonna be able to put anything interesting out. That would have just been for the consistency, and honestly, I'd rather have the quality over the quantity. And that probably doesn't say much because I don't edit a lot of my videos, but we are back now with the pay-per-view card in my you know what? Fuck it, don't matter. In my home city, I'm going to be there live in person. So honestly, man, that reaction video is just gonna be about my recap and whatever I can remember of being there. But I was waiting around. I was gonna make this video yesterday actually. But I saw that the press conference was gonna be today, and they were, instead of inviting just Marab and Sean and Pena Harrison, instead they had the entire main card, which is what they didn't do that last year. But even then, this press conference was so short. It was like 5 minutes. Like, I feel like everybody got asked like one question, two questions. That's it. Wrapped it up. But yeah, there wasn't really much. There really wasn't anything interesting in that press conference. That's what like anything I would hope for to be able to have something to talk about on the video. But we're here, UFC 316 in Newark in the Prudential Center on June 7th, and I'm going to be giving my predictions now. Now, I was way more hyped for the card, but with all of the cancellations and such, it was very unfortunate to no longer have Johnny Walker on the card. He was one of the ones that I was interested in. Marco Medeiros. Oh yeah. Well, his last fight being versus Austin Hubbard, it really wasn't that great. Mark Choinsky, guys, I'm sorry, but like, oh wait, no, yes, I did see this. I got Marcel posted this. He's making his debut on short notice, but I'm not familiar with any level of competition of Choinsky. This is his first fight. Well, yeah, obviously it's his debut, but I don't even know where he was fighting regionally before this. But even then, like, Medeiros isn't that bad. I'm honestly just gonna go with Medeiros. Not much that I can say for this fight. Colin Selkild versus Yanal Ashmouz. Feel like I can't speak freely whenever I see him on the screen. You know what I mean? But he is 8-1 in the UFC. No, not in the UFC, but throughout his career. He beat Trevor Peek. Now, I think I do remember seeing this. Lost to Duncan and beat Sam Patterson. I see two solid wins right now. I see two solid wins in the UFC. Quillen Selkild, I believe he only had one fight, which was versus Jubilee. And it was a knockout. And it was a good knockout. So obviously we can see that Selkild has power in his hands, right? Just going on inference. And Ashmouz also knocked out Sam Patterson. But I would say that's a little different because he was in he was probably making a very hard weight cut to 155, right? But he went to decision with Trevor Peek. Makes sense. Trevor Peek has an unknockable head. But I don't know if I can really trust Selkild's win over Jubilee over the I guess the average career, or I guess not really average, but like just the names that are already that Ashmus has fought are very good names, or at least very solid names in the UFC. Like being able to beat these guys makes you a solid fighter, and losing to one of them doesn't make you trash. You know what I mean? So, but beating Jubilee doesn't really mean much for you right now, especially seeing like, you know, he really isn't that good. Um, so I think I'm gonna go with the underdog. I think I'm gonna go with Yanal Ashmus. Sal Killed is just following is like the odds don't. I'm not understanding the odds right now. Oh, I hit my mic. I'm not understanding the odds. I think he's just the hype train of being Australian, knockout, and the thirst trapping propaganda that's being casted around him. I feel like people are trying to make him the Duke Dennis of of the UFC right now. But moving on to the next fight on the card, Jeka Sarige versus Juseng Yu. I'm only familiar with Sarige. Oh, he's making his debut. Ah, damn. Guys, I don't watch any MMA outside of um the UFC. Like, do I really sit down and watch like one championship or regionals or PFL? Not so much. I know as much as you guys in terms of that in that regard. You know, when I do these videos off the dome, I don't really do no research. I'm as I've done this for longer, I'm starting to recognize a lot more of the names that I actually do and have and like that I do remember and have watched. I feel like recently, it was like a gap in like even like the undercard fighters that just weren't fighting because they probably have part-time jobs, but like just the undercard that people most people wouldn't know, that most casuals wouldn't know, to where some hardcores know. So I'm like I feel like I was in that weird limbo, you know, where I couldn't name any of the new debutantes, and I wasn't recognizing any of the vets because they were either coming off of 2-year breaks, which is probably a lot longer for me, which is too long for me to remember from way back when, or they were just really inactive, and I was just seeing like newer faces. But yeah, slight yap. But I'm just gonna go with Sarah Gay and see if Juseng Yu is for real. But Ariana Silva, chill. Why you looking at me like that, yo? All right, Ariana De Silva, fine shit versus the Joker. I'm forgetting it. Who did she last beat? Or no, she last fought Jasuda Vicious. Wait. Oh, she's 0-3, bro. How was she number 13? Oh my gosh, bro. This says too much about WMMA right here. But damn, fine shit for real. I'm surprised Joker wasn't even ranked. Honestly, I thought she was already ranked at this point. But seeing that fine shit is on 13. I mean, whoa. 3-loss fight streak currently. I'm gonna go with Wayne Kong. I think De Silva had decent grappling, if I'm remembering correctly from the Jasuda Vicious fight. Decent grappling. Or maybe none at all. So you know what? I retract that statement until I can see it in person. Whoa, what the fuck? All right. We gotta go back down. All right. Ariana De Silva versus Wayne Kong. I'm probably gonna go with Wayne Kong. KO. First 2 rounds. She definitely does have a lot of power. In her hands, solid striking as well. Coming from a Muay Thai background. We already know who she is, man. You know, I'm going with Joker inside 2 rounds. Moving up though to Chaos Williams and versus Andreas Gustafsson. I don't know why I butchered that name, as if it was the first time I've ever seen it. But I'm pretty sure he's also making his debut. Right or wrong? Yes, he's also making his debut from Dwayne White's Contender Series. Now, I also have to say, I am trying to catch up more with it, but I don't actively watch it. Okay, right? That I want to make that clear. So a lot of people have said that he is very fun to watch and he is very dangerous. I am more familiar with Chaos Williams, right? His fight versus Bonfim I watched the fight versus Carlston Harris, and I'm pretty sure I watched the one versus Bedoya as well. I know Chaos Williams has power, right? But he didn't do well versus Bonfim. But he did very well versus Carlston Harris. I'm pretty sure he got a knockout that fight, no? Yeah, he got a knockout in that fight. He didn't do well versus Bonfim. And I'm not too sure, and I can see that he got submitted. I'm not too sure if Gustafsson's grappling in any circumstance. You know, because it's Chaos is a solid fighter too. He's not one of the barely, the borderline of getting cut type of fighters, you know. I'm gonna go for aura. I'm gonna go for the storyline. I'm gonna go for the memes. I'm gonna go with Andreas Gustafsson. I don't know. I just feel like looking at the two of them, I can't comfortably pick Chaos. Neither can I really pick Gustafsson, but I don't know why. I feel like saying I choose Gustafsson in my head is calming me more than I say I'm choosing Chaos. Because I feel like this is one of those fights where I can hype up Chaos to be like, oh yeah, he's this fighter that's gonna knock somebody out, and they get knocked out. That's what I think. Moving on to Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Lost to Almeida, not a bad loss. Submitted Tybura. Lost to Gon. That Gon fight was a long time ago, though. I don't know. I think he's fallen off a little bit for sure. I don't. He's exactly what I just said for Chaos Williams is how I feel for Spivak right now. I feel like he's too fluky, you know. And Acosta is coming off a nice win streak, right? I am not too sure of his grappling now. I seen that he fought Andrei Arlovsky, but I'm not too sure that says much anymore nowadays. But I know Spivak is a decent fighter. I mean, a decent grappler. I'm not too familiar with his prowess, though. I will say that I know he's one of the very few heavyweights that can actually do stuff on the ground and have some type of technique. But I can't speak too much to the prowess. I don't want to just ride the favorites, though, man. I don't want to just ride the favorites. Because I know Acosta is the favorite coming into this fight. But that's just... I feel like if I choose that, I cannot think twice about it. You know? Spivak is like, eh. But, like, you know, he could get knocked out. You know? I mean, Acosta's like, oh, you could get submitted, but I don't know. That idea doesn't bother me as much as to the other one. To Spivak getting knocked out. So, I'm going to go with Acosta. Probably by first round KO, though. I think he's going to get a finish. Moving on to Azamat Murzakanov versus Brenton Ribeiro. This is very unfortunate. This was supposed to be Johnny Walker, so a lot of my interest in the fight has gone away. because I knew Ozma also trains out of Jersey. He trained in that same gym Khabib used to in Fairfield, if it's still there. Like if it's still in Fairfield, I know the gym is still active, but I don't know the location of it anymore. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with Azamam Mirzakanov though. I feel like that's too easy of a pick. Undefeated Russian Dagestani. They never lose to the short notice fighters. No matter how much, no matter how close of the fight may be, they never lose to the short notice fighters. Never. But now, my goat, Joshua Van. I'm gonna see my goat in person, bro. Guys, no cap. This is my twin. This is my twin. Y'all saw me IRL. That is my twin, bro. My goat, my twin, Joshua Van. That's me, guys. Guys, I am Joshua Van, right? I'm telling you right now, we are frying Bruno Silva. We are frying Bruno Silva, bro. I know Bruno got a little power in their hands, but we're not worried about that. He's getting wrapped up way faster than he can touch us, man. I'm going with Joshua Van. I can't say it by decision. I mean, I can't say it by finish because I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, no, because he doesn't have enough power. He doesn't have the same amount of power as Manel Kopp. Because I was gonna say like Manel Kopp TKO'd Bruno Silva in a similar style and like with a very, very pressure heavy at the time of the TKO, and I feel like that's very similar to how Joshua Van is gonna fight, but it's hard considering that they don't have the same footwork or even style of footwork, like slash movement, same power either, or range. You know, I feel like that scenario is probably just best for Kopp, safest for Kopp as well. But I think there is no takedown threat for Joshua Van coming from Bruno Silva. We're going to stuff all those takedowns. We're going to keep it on the feet. But that's where it gets scary. Because we know I'm chinny, guys. We know I'm a little bit chinny, right? I know he has power, right? But I got to eat some of those shots for you guys, man. You know, I got to eat some of those shots. I got to keep it entertaining. The power of Bruno Silva is definitely a slightly scary factor. But I feel like picking Bruno Silva just off of that is kind of stupid. Sometimes the power doesn't mean anything, and like when it comes to the skill, like what good is the power if you can't hit him, if you can't hit the guy? And you know, I'm hittable. We all know I'm hittable. But Joshua Van has always made improvements, fight after fight after fight, win or lose. So hopefully he's improved the defense and the head movement or some footwork, blah blah blah. And you know, hopefully I get it done for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the main card now, though. Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. I cannot safely pick Luque. And you know, for one, I already thought Holland was gonna win, but I thought it was a little bit closer. But I will say in the press conference, Luque was saying they think I'm gonna just shrivel up after just one shot. And it's like, bro, you might just get packed up after one good shot. And Kevin Holland made a good point. He was like, what happened in the Buckley fight? I was like, damn, what did happen? He got touched with a really hard shot. And Kevin hits just as hard as Buckley, or even harder. You know? Put Luque down, and Holland has really good jits, bruh. This might be a nightmare matchup for Luque, actually. Damn, no, yeah, I got Holland, man. Holland round 1. Holy shit, Holland round 1. Why am I just not considering that Holland is like the perfect counter to Luke? I feel like this is like the worst style matchup ever. Way taller. 4 inches taller. Way more reach. Really good power and really good ground game. This is, bro. Luke's. Oh my gosh, man. Luke is getting fried. Luke is getting fried. This is the most confident pick I have up tonight. This is my lock, right? Guys, look, I believe in myself. But Kevin Holland's a lock. From Joshua Van himself, Kevin Holland's a lock. From Justin Bieber himself, Kevin Holland's a lock. Now I am excited for this. Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix. My throat's being weird. I'm really excited for Patchy Mix. When I saw the rumors of it, I was like, bro, no way it happens. And then I saw Patchy got released. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, no way. I was like, oh my god. And I saw the confirmed news. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I started bugging out in my room. Cause this means something to me, man. I really like Patchy. I've seen his Bellator clips. I've seen a Bellator fight of his, one of them. Not like in person, but I've rewatched one of them, and he is actually very talented. He's one of the most UFC level, high level fighters outside of the UFC. And obviously, he was the champ at Bellator and PFL, but it didn't matter because he was in the PFL. But now he's in the big league, big dogs. Right, he in the Premier League. Right, he in the Premier League now. He in the NBA. But he's hungry. He's hungry, bro. He's gonna be a fan favorite soon. Especially, he's gonna blow up if he gets a win over Mario Batista, bro. This is the best business move I've seen the UFC make, and regarding the newer fighters coming in. I think the only other person I could think of right now is Michael Chandler. He tried to do the same with Kaya Sakura, but Kaya Sakura was not beating Pantoja as much. Y'all wasn't here for it, or I wasn't here on YouTube for it. I wasn't here for y'all yet. But I was in the Kaya Sakura hype chain crazy, and you know what? I should have had a YouTube channel, cause bro, the glazing I was doing for Kaya Sakura was hilarious. It's too much. But back to the fight. In terms of matchups, I think this is a very bad matchup for Mario Batista as well. Now, I think Patchy is very big for a bantamweight. Oh, he's actually smaller. Oh, he looked bigger in the face-off. Maybe I'm wrong. But a very advanced high-level grappler like Patchy is going to give Mario Batista some real problems, especially in that bum-ass clinch that he's going to try and do. That's just not going to work on Patchy. Patchy's going to take that opportunity. He's going to take you down with him, fall to his back or some shit, or fucking take you down. And he's good enough to take you down or even take your back and choke you out. Right? Like, this is how good Patchy is. And we all know that. Striking wise though, and game plan wise, Batista does worry me with that because I feel like he does have a good sense of IQ. He does have good IQ. He does what he needs to win. He does what he needs to win. And also he comes from a very good camp. I think he comes from Team Alpha Male with Faber in them. I don't really want to double check that right now. It's not really worth it. But I don't know. Because what if Patchy gets fraud checked and I look stupid? Nah, fuck that. We're on a Patchy hype train all day. Because when I see him on Saturday, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to see him RNC the fuck up Mario Batista. I'm trying to see Batista tap. But yeah. Moving on though to Kelvin Gastelum. Oh, pulled up the wrong stats. Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. This one I thought was a lot closer than it is, and I'm seeing it now. I'm still thinking of who Kevin Gastelum used to be, and not who he is now. He's on like a 2-fight win streak, right? But like they weren't really good wins. This isn't a good win. This was a loss. This wasn't that great. I mean, this was a fun fight. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of people seem to, and well, I wish I had a face cam. But this was a close fight, and a lot of people felt that Gastelum didn't deserve to win, or at least should have been split, right? And then before that doesn't count because that's not the same person no more. But then I saw Gastelum and Pyfer face off. Holy shit, bro. Pyfer in 1, bro. He is so much bigger than Gastelum in terms of like even not even height, like even in frame. He was just so massive compared to Gastelum, just towering over him. And I know Gastelum's like used to being the shorter fighter, and also it shouldn't matter much. But this is a different stage in his career, guys. He's not the same young, hungry person no more. He's just hungry. Hungry and big. Not even hungry like title wise or winning wise. He's just hungry, bro. Like he doesn't. I feel like he just doesn't take it serious anymore, and you can see it because it's very blatant. He's not the same level he was. But Pyfer is the opposite. Pyfer is who young Kevin Gastelum was, or at least right now for the moment. In terms of being, young, hungry, with the power and fighting up in division and shit like that. So in terms of just career trajectory, I'm gonna go with Joe Pyfer, and I'm gonna go with maybe not round 1, but he's gonna knock out Kevin Gastelum. Maybe like Gastelum's pretty durable, so I'd probably say late second round. I'd be surprised if it was mid second round or second round at all, but probably third round. In the third round, when Gastelum starts to gas out a little bit. And now to Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison. I couldn't lie to you. This fight, zero memory. And before that, I never saw her fight. Oh, yes I did. Wasn't this the Charles undercard? The Charles co-main in Canada? No. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, that shit was super long ago. I wasn't even a fan at this point. I know it's crazy. I'm only making YouTube video with like 3-year knowledge, but I'm a little more hardcore than some people think. I know Carlos Condit. I know Kevin Randleman. I know Kevin Randleman, guys. But yeah, I genuinely don't remember much of the Rachel Pennington fight. It really wasn't impressive. Kayla Harrison is very impressive. Just physique. I don't know are they the same height? I don't think they are. 5'6", 5'8". Yeah, because I think she's shorter than 5'6", bro. Because Kayla Harrison was wearing maybe like 1-inch, 2-inch boots, and Pena was wearing some really like big boots. I was like, bro, no way she's like face to face with Kayla Harrison, right? Like, no way Pena's that big. But Harrison, I think I got Harrison by like first 2 rounds, like dominate, and maybe Pena holds on, right? Maybe I'm underrating Pena. Maybe she holds on for one more round. Now I mean the third round, right? Harrison, out of just pure testosterone, pure testosterone running through her, and and XY chromosomes running through her veins, and neural system, and DNA. Just picks up Pena, slams her down, and just crushes her with her biceps. Just and gets it done. So I'm going Kayla Harrison submission, third round. Pena, bro, Rachel Pennington for one is trash. Right, her fight versus Bueno Silva was also trash. Bueno Silva is also pretty trash. Right, this is one of the most freest belts of all time. You might as well just have had Kayla Harrison fucking, like, they don't even have to fight. This could be an arm wrestle. It's gonna be the same result. Kayla Harrison's gonna win. Sorry, one second. I had a burp. But yeah, I'm going Kayla Harrison. That's too easy of a pick, and the odds are definitely right. But would I be interested in watching Kayla versus Amanda? Yes, because Amanda actually good? She was pretty good, right? She set the standard for WMMA for sure. So yeah, for sure. That would definitely be an interesting fight. As a co-main, we're not making that a main event. Please. That's a co-main. Okay? Maybe a featured bout. Maybe even a featured bout, but that's a co-main. Alright? That's not a main event. Speaking of main events, this is a main event. Merab Dvalishvili, Sean O'Malley. As much as I already did not like Sean O'Malley, guys, you guys are blowing my shit in the community. Not directly, because my fan base isn't big at all. But from what I've seen around the media and the community, bro, him not gooning doesn't mean anything, bro. Like, what the fuck? I feel like, for one, you know, I think Sean O'Malley is very talented, right? Obviously, we all know him, great striking. He has solid grappling as well. But we all knew, in terms of grappling, Merab was better. And still most likely is, right? Merab just beat Umar, bro. Like, he struggled. He did not struggle with Umar at all. People are like, he had a broken hand. That doesn't matter. That didn't matter. So it's still the same old fight that it was before. Maybe, and you know, I get it. Sean said he was injured, torn labrum, something like that, and now it's healed, and he's locked in, you know. And you know, shout out Sean though. W self-awareness to realize he was getting too stuck into the character of Sugar, of, you know, who he was when he was blowing up, sticking to that character. Stay hydrated. Even now, I feel like maybe, bro, I feel like this locked in shit is a character too. I feel like I just can't take him seriously enough. Like, he's been talking about it so much recently, or like, just because he's getting axed so much, it's bothering me now. You know, he's like, yeah, man, I haven't gooned this whole year. It's been 6 months. I mean, I just gooned. But that's not gonna make me you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still the same person I just was, bruh. Before that, I was the same person I was before that. But, and also he didn't smoke, whatever. I think, for sure, I think Sean O'Malley's coming in with a better game plan. However, I think he's not that dumb. And he's coming in more healthy. So it's gonna be, so the very first time I thought Sean was gonna knock out Merab, and I was just being hopeful. But I do like Merab, and I did like Merab even then. But I feel like Sean O'Malley's just ability to find shots is um is some of the best in the bantamweight division. Even down 4 rounds to 1 versus to Merab in that fifth, he still managed to find an opening and hurt Merab really bad. You know, it's more like it's fuck, because I was just gonna confidently say Merab, now I'm just putting shit in my own head. Merab cannot be perfect for 25 minutes, and that's the only way he's gonna win. He has to put on another perfect 25-minute performance. Now, there were obvious flaws in his last 2 performances. He wasn't doing well in the first 2 rounds. He was getting hit a lot, right? Versus Umar had to clarify that. And versus O'Malley, right? In the first match, he maybe got too overconfident and left himself open for a very, very vulnerable shot in the gut. And maybe not in that moment. I don't really see how it correlates, but let's say if O'Malley was healthy, he finishes up on that, and he wins that. All right. And Sean O'Malley had the cardio. I was very surprised about that as well. Sean O'Malley does have the cardio. He has all the abilities to win. But it's just, how is he going to deal with Merab's pressure? And that was obviously Merab's main game plan. I'm not trying to sound like Henry Cejudo, right? But I'm struggling to see how much of a difference being healthy is going to make compared to the last fight. Because in the last fight, the kid looked flat. Sorry, my dog's about to start barking. But like I was saying, I don't know how much of a difference that makes in terms of skill. Because I feel like even though Koda, good. My bad. But as much as people were commenting on Sean O'Malley looking flat inside the fight, inside the cage, not so much. It didn't look too different. I guess maybe in just like what he can throw, but even if he throws like these spinning attacks, I feel like that does more harm than good anyway. Because I feel like that gives Merab, it shortens the range between him and Merab to start the grappling. And in terms of like KO power, probably Sean O'Malley has that. But in terms of overall physical strength, definitely Merab. Damn, man, this is really hard. This is really, really hard, especially off the dome. Oh man, because I feel like everybody's running for Sean O'Malley right now, so I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of want to just stay on the Merab train because he's also about to make history. He's also on a 12-fight win streak, All right, he might literally be the GOAT if he just beat O'Malley again. Not the GOAT, but like Bantamweight GOAT. He might already be. Man, this is tough. Man, this is tough. I'm gonna look at the signature strikes. And Merab's hittable, man. Bro, no, because I feel like everybody was saying this. I don't want to join that. Fuck, I don't want to join that. Oh my god. I don't know, because I feel like, bro, I don't know, because I feel like Son of Man's going to come in with, like, a way better game plan now, too. Because Merab is going to fight one way and one way only, you know? But Sean's going to change to how he needs to. Oh, my God. No, I don't. No, I can't. No, I feel like I can't pick Merab no more. I feel like I can't pick Merab no more, bro. Oh my gosh, I feel like I can't pick Merab anymore. Oh my gosh. No way. Bro, cause no way, bro. I was 100% making this video. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna choose Merab too. You know, like I feel like I'm gonna just get it out the way. I'm gonna choose Merab. I can't do that. I can't do that no more. I've already put it in my own head. Bug, man. Man, I'm gonna go Sean O'Malley. I don't know. I don't think it happens early. I think it happens late. Fourth round, early fifth. Something like that. I feel like all the shots that Merab started eating to the body is gonna catch up to him. Man, that sounds fake. I feel like I can't choose. I don't know. Fuck, because Merab is so hittable, bro. Merab is just so hittable. Like he just gets too many. He just eats too many shots, like just straight to the face. Oh my, no! I feel like he's gonna get dropped. I feel like he's gonna be cocky, bouncing around and whatever. He's gonna get dropped. And then as soon as he gets dropped, he's done. Like he's gonna be too stunned to be able to react, and he's just gonna O'Malley's gonna us. Unless of case if O'Malley decides to wait, then he fucking sold his own fight. Fuck, man. I'm gonna go to O'Malley. I think I gotta go O'Malley. I might have psyched myself out, but I'm gonna go with O'Malley by fourth round KO, third round, third or fourth. I don't think it's happening in the fifth. I think if it goes to the fifth, it's Merab's. It's Merab's fight to win. Third, fourth round knockout. But that's in the video. I'm going to post on Monday, most likely, my reaction to the card and my experience being there live. And yeah, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the video or who y'all think is gonna win. Like, comment, subscribe.